Hello, this is Andrew for Geek News Central, and today I've got the Brainwaves B200 balanced armature earphones to take a look at. If you're not familiar with Brainwaves, they've been around for about 10 years. They have quite a big range of headphones and earphones, and these B200s, they've been out in the UK for about 6 months. A fair bit's actually changed since they were released. The B200s themselves have been upgraded to a version 2. So on the website these will look a little bit different from what I show you in the video, but also when these first came out, these were at the top of Brainwaves audiophile range, their B series. They've been superseded by the B400s. Having said that, these sound pretty good. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, so I still think they're an excellent buy. Let's take a look at more detail. So I think there's two things I'd like to say about the Brainwaves. One, with their audiophile range, they're very much aiming at trying to reproduce the sound as the artist intended. So these devices, there's no extra gimmicks. These aren't Bluetooth, these are wired headphones. There's no inline remote. Everything's there to try and make the listener experience what the artist wanted you to experience. It's also very understated. I mean, these are black and red, but when you actually see the earphones themselves, there's no flashy trim, there's no metal, there's no chrome. It's all very subtle and understated, and I kind of like that. So let's have a wee look. Now this isn't a pure unboxing. I have been using these for a couple of weeks, so but at least you'll see everything that comes in the box. So it's a nice little pill-shaped travel case, and inside we've got the headphones themselves. We've got the ear tips. There's a range of ear tips come, and there's also somewhere in here. Yep, there it is. There's kind of like a little shirt clip as well, little branded shirt clip. So we'll have a quick look at the ear tips first, and then we'll get them out of the way. So there's a good selection of ear tips comes. I mean, they actually just come in small, medium, and large sizes, but there are 2 pairs of each provided. So if you do lose one, there's going to be a spare kicking around pretty quickly. And as you'll also see, if I can get these all out, most of them are the silicone type. Rustle. Most of them are the silicone type of ear tip, but they have actually supplied, almost as a bit of a taster, a memory foam one. You see the memory foam style here. You see how it kind of just takes a bit of time to kind of come back up to shape. So they're supposed to be, well, I tried it a wee bit. They're supposed to be very comfortable. Some people are supposed to rave about them. I thought they were okay, if you know what I mean. I guess it's just what you're used to. So as you can see, I'm just sorting these out for no particular reason. You've got the, I can just get this one to stay still. So you've got the small, you've got the medium, and you've got the large. There's only 2 mediums here. There's 4 of the others because the other set of mediums are on the headphones themselves. And there's also a little shirt clip, which we will look at again in a minute. So moving on to the earphones, there's a little Velcro strip that keeps them all neat and tidy when you're not using them. So if we start at the connector end, 3.5mm audio jack. As you say, it's just the 3 segments, it's not a 4-segmented one, so I think this is a TRS if I remember it right. And it's also slightly gold plated. So this is, you can't see it in the video. So this is very much this is the kind of jack I guess you'd experience on, for those of us that are old school, on your Walkman or you're on your MP3 player. There's no inline remote, there's no microphone, so this is just for listening to music. You're not going to be taking any calls on this. Cable's kind of like a braided with a soft touch rubber coating. It's quite nice. And then as we move through the cable, we come to the splitter, where it splits into the left and right. Both, as you can see here, the left and right are equal in length, so again banking on the audiophile credentials. There's a little cinch here if you need to adjust it for length and things like that. And what we'll also notice here as we get to this bit here is that these earbuds, they actually go up and over your ear. Okay, and we're back after a short interruption there. As you'll notice here, this part of the cable is kind of formed to the shape of a, if you like, of the ear. So unlike many headphones, the B200s, the cable initially goes up and over the ear and back down to the main cable. It doesn't hang down like this, and I think that's possibly why these earphones are really very comfortable to use. I mean, obviously a lot of it will be to do with the shape of this, but I certainly found that you could wear these for an extended period of time without really any discomfort. You notice it here as well that you've kind of got this lovely faceted organic shape. You can kind of see it. There's curved edges. There's kind of it's almost, I want to say it's almost jewel. It's a bit like a jewel. But as you'll also notice, as I said earlier in the interview, or in the review rather, there's no flashy chrome or anything here. It's all very understated. In terms of exterior isolation, yep, once you pop these in, everything fades away to a distant murmur. It's really very good. Obviously, it depends a great deal on choosing the right ear tip for your ear, but you know, I say the sound isolation is really good. Moving on to the, sorry, you can just actually see they helpfully print on the inside. This side you're supposed to pop these in so you can see that's the left, and hopefully over here we can see nicely that's the right. These things are important, you know. So moving on to the actual sound quality, I listen to these with a range of sound sources, from you know, rock and pop to a bit of R&B. Not so much, I'm not really a classical fan, so I didn't really listen to much of that. A bit of jazz, and these really do deliver very, very well. There's great clarity. There's just the right amount of bass. You know, it doesn't overwhelm you, but it doesn't seem underwhelming. So yeah, I mean, as I said at the beginning, Brainwave is very much trying to get you to experience what the artist intended. So it's a lovely balanced sound, and you know, they're really not very far off what their aim is, and it really does reward you if you can get away from listening to the music on Spotify or Google Music or whatever they're called these days. These really do benefit a good sound source. So I was listening to it with a Yamaha amp, and I think it's a Technics CD player, and they really do sound good. So I was very impressed with them. In terms of price, yeah, I mean, they're not cheap. I mean, they're currently priced, well, I should say the version 2 of these are currently priced at just under 90 British pounds. I think it's just under 120 US dollars. So they're certainly not cheap, but I don't think anyone who had a pair of these will be disappointed. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that probably pretty much wraps it up. I was pretty impressed with these. You know, I came to this not really knowing the Brainwaves brand at all. So I guess I was pleasantly surprised at how good they were. And they certainly are very rewarding. And I'm looking forward to getting to many years of listening out of these. So that's it. So this is Andrew for Geek News Central. Just really wrapping up the review of the Brainwaves B200. I guess I should say, actually, if you do want to go to their website, obviously you can find it very easily with a search, but I'm fairly sure it's something like Brainwaves Audio is the URL. Let me just check that whilst you're still here. Yeah, it's brainwavesaudio.com, and just to bring the box back in, Brainwaves is spelt with a Z and without an E. So that's Brainwaves Audio. Okay, so that wraps it up for me, Andrew, from Geek News Central. Thanks very much.